Hello, everybody. Excuse me. My name is Christopher Wood. I live in Tyndonega near Deserano. I am a 5-year revenge retaliation victim of Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, who are guilty of domestic terrorism, who are guilty of ending bloodlines, who are guilty of torture crimes, sex slavery, false arrests, framings, kidnapping, sex assaults, murders, attempted murders, having victims medically blacklisted through criminal doctors who are involved in the organized crime that has taken place in Napanee. XOPP chief, year 2019, he drove a white Jeep Wrangler. He is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. Staff Sergeants, years 2019, 2021, guilty of kidnapping, attempted murder, sodomy, sex assault with their boss accomplice. Shannon Quirk, Robert Lucas, Constable Ward, Dave Weiss. Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS. Shelley Huffner, all Lennox and Addington and Kingston OPP, mental health workers. Doctors who are criminally involved, assuring crimes against OPP victims, brain injuring them, skull splitting them, body mutilations, file falsifications, discriminations, treatment refusals, false arrests, to prevent anything legal on them for the crimes that they are guilty of, with criminal negligence and intent, guilty of attempted murder, name and file falsifier, Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit and cover up, Dr. Margie V, aka Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic. She is very seriously dangerous, and she is the girlfriend to Stacy, Kingston AMHS. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor, ex-CEO Cubbyduck, and patient relations are all criminally negligent involved in co-committing and covering up OPP crimes for themselves, for the police, and for their boss accomplices, psych ward patients, ex-inmates, drug traffickers, drug addicts, child molesters, sex offenders, co-accomplices to OPP crimes, guilty of torture, slavery, stalking, brain injuring, identity theft, full physical identity theft, brain injuries, body mutilations, murders, drug-laced homicides, forced suicides, lies, cover-ups. One known as Bill Wooldridge, many alias names: Bill Wooldridge, Bill Cooldridge, Bill Delarosable, James Bubbles, Stephen Mavis, which is the name of a wanted inmate walk-away escapee, and Robert Cross are his alias names. All very well known to OPP, lives on Center Street in Napanee, Ontario. Approximately 70 years old, bald glasses, and he gets free drugs delivered to him daily by a Constable Ward. Blair Frederick Hardy, he is guilty of brain injuring, he is guilty of identity theft, he is guilty of criminal stalking, he is a meth trafficker, he is the boss, co-offender, boyfriend to OPP cop Spencer Mills. He is guilty with the one known as Bill Wooldridge of criminally stalking my mother and causing her death, murdering her December 20th, 2020. Robert Berry, he is guilty of criminal stalking. He is a sex slave trafficker. He is guilty of being involved with my identity theft, brain injury, me, torture crimes. He is a sex slave trafficker, a truck driver, and a possible serial killer. Brandon Berry, he is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. He is a child abuser. He is guilty of attempted homicide on a baby as well. Jason Gimpy Two-Step in Allstein, he is a fentanyl dealer. He sells laced fentanyl between Napanee and Kingston. He is guilty of causing drug overdose murders. He's guilty of my identity theft with the intent to commit identity disability and insurance fraud. He's guilty of attempted murder. He is a well known crackhead in Napanee, Ontario. He is an inbred, approximately 45 years old. Tyler T. Bag Lake. He is Robert Cade 7224, number one rat informant. He is guilty of torture crimes on me. He is guilty of killing my dog in 2023. Guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. Bert the Hitman Hustler. He is a meth trafficker. He is Robert Lucas's sex slave. He is guilty of torture crimes on me, skull splitting, brain injuring me. Guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. Raymond LeBlanc. He is a child groomer. He is guilty of criminal stalking. He is a meth trafficker, and he is guilty of attempted murder. Harry Hartwick. He is a child groomer. He is a child abuser. He is guilty of very serious crimes on me. He is guilty of brain injuring and attempted murder on me with intent to commit. He is approximately 83 years old. He also likes to duct tape. He also likes to molest children and put duct tape on their private parts as little boys and then make them stand in corners for hours at a time after sex assaulting them. His nephew Dale Hartwick, who is guilty of attempted murder on me, who is guilty of being involved with my identity theft, skull splitting, brain injuring, body mutilations. He is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit for drop charges for OPP for a stabbing he committed against his wife or ex-wife's boyfriend. And Dale's wife or girlfriend, whatever, Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns. He also goes by Tony Montana Hearns. He's guilty of sex assault, attempted paralyzing me, brain injuring me, skull splitting me, identity theft. He is guilty of attempted murder. Him and Dale are speedheads, speed traffickers. The rest are fentanyl dealers, fentanyl traffickers, meth, and crack cocaine. Jason Van Alstyne is a very well known crackhead. Each and every one of them are OPP accomplices with and for the human trafficking, the sex slavery trafficking. They are the ones that are molesting the children. They are the ones that are causing the drug overdoses. OPP are forcing victims to commit suicide, which is just being labeled as other, and it is murder against them, against their victims. Robert Kane 7224, Spencer Mills 14716. I hold you criminally responsible for every crime against me for the past 5 years, including the ex-OPP chief or commander who had me shot. I hold you responsible for all torture crimes, my full physical identity theft. I hold you responsible for the stalking murder of my mother through Bill Woldridge and Blair Frederick Hardy. I hold you responsible for having me criminally falsely arrested in an attempt to get my pictures, prints, signatures, in an attempt to frame me, my full physical identity theft, body mutilations against me, criminal stalking, attempted murder on me with intent to commit through your low-life pieces of shit, drug-fed, money-paid accomplices, untouchables who cannot be arrested because they work with and for OPP without $22,000 one way or another. I am going to sue your fucking asses off of you for what you've done to me for 5 years for revenge retaliation, all because of me speaking of OPP crimes, the human trafficking, and the homeless exploitation for monetary gains. I have been medically blacklisted. I have been falsely arrested. I have been labeled a lot of things and accused of a lot of things unfalsely, while these pieces of shit do not have to prove anything. I cannot get medical help within the province of Ontario now. Compliments of my file being falsified to have me discriminated against, to get me medically blacklisted, to assure crimes against me. Compliments of one Dr. Tatiana Vukanovic. She is guilty of multiple murders, mass murder, because I am the end of my bloodline. You are guilty of ending the bloodline for revenge retaliation. You are very seriously dangerous fucking cops. You are very seriously dangerous doctors, and you are very seriously dangerous accomplices in Napanee. When people go disappearing, when people are murdered and missing, I would seriously check Ontario Provincial Police. I would seriously check the hospitals to make sure that their murders, possible murders, were not covered up and labeled falsely as others, so the police and these pieces of shit can get away with their crimes that are being covered up. Poor, homeless, elderly, disabled. Your life means fucking nothing in Napanee. You are nothing more than a commodity. I was sold to these pieces of shit after I was shot by XOPP chief. I was tagged by these lowlives. OPP are putting, not only are false arresting their fucking victims in an attempt to get out of the crimes that they are guilty of, they're framing their victims, they're murdering them, having them covered up, getting pictures, prints, signatures, and everything else in an attempt to try to discredit them, in an attempt to get away with lawsuits and arrest on themselves and others involved. Completely and totally fucking mutilating me. When I eat, my food goes to the right side of my body, not my stomach. I I taste and smell shit going through me all the time. I have tubes going from my chest now that I've never had before. And I don't know how the fuck I got them, but I do have them, and I can 100% prove it. It goes from my chest up through my throat and my neck to the back of my head. I get feces going through me. I get piss going through me. I get this real thick gel that goes through my head, and it coats my brain, completely and totally fucking numbing me down constantly. Hypoxia 24/7. The full right side of my fucking head has been completely destroyed and damaged, and there is not a thing I can do about it unless I can afford to move to Manitoba or go to Quebec or go down east for medical help. Compliments of one Dr. Tatiana Vukanovic. When OPP wants their murders, they really know how to do it. The Justice of the Peace in Napanee, Ontario is also involved as well. Accusations, threats, intimidations, and false arrests to prevent hers, because was named in a private prosecution as being criminally involved with her crimes of corruption. And before it was done on them, she falsely done it to me. All because of me speaking of OPP crimes, the human trafficking and the homeless exploitation for monetary gain. Complete total fucking deforming. I no longer have feeling in my face. I no longer have feeling in the right side of my body. I'm losing my balance. My fucking face changes completely daily on a daily basis with 100% proof. And there's not a damn thing I can do about it. So congratulations, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne, Blair Hardy, Bert Hustler, Bill Waldridge, aka Stephen Mavis, Dale Hartwick, Robert Barry, his boyfriend Tony Anthony, Axel Rose Hearns, Brandon Barry, Tyler Lake, and the rest of you OPP drug fed, money paid pieces of shit, low life, and Napanee. Congratulations. My identity theft is done, and congratulations to Lennox and Huntington County General Hospital doctors for being criminally involved and aiding pieces of shit, junkie lowlifes who are obsessed homosexuals. Conveniently, Dr. Tatiana V is a man-hating doctor as well. So I can understand why you falsified my medical file to get my discrimination and not having to prove a fucking thing. You deserve to be locked up in prison with the Hawkesbury doctor and your co-offender, the little fucking one that just got arrested for serial murders, Dr. Elizabeth Butler or Dr. Tatiana V. You deserve to be in prison. You are very seriously fucking dangerous. And luckily, there is not a thing I can do about what has taken place against me, no matter how much I can prove crimes. When OPP want revenge, when OPP want to completely destroy bloodlines and identities and everything else for their fucking benefit, it gets done, and I have and can prove it. You are very seriously dangerous, Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, along with your crime cover up doctors. Luckily, there's fuck all that anything can be done because it's revenge. I would seriously be careful, poor, homeless, elderly, disabled, because your life means nothing to the cops. Your life means nothing to the doctors. You speak their crimes, your family will be killed, and that is a guarantee, and they will get away with it. And I say that without any kind of hate. I had no association with any of these pieces of shit cops involved until I found out about their human trafficking and me speaking about it. So, congratulations, Bill Walters, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne. You're guilty of ending the Wood bloodline completely and totally changing my fucking identity, burning my brain out while I am being refused medical help. Damage is done, you murdering fucking bastards. Hit the like, share, subscribe, especially share, because this is very serious and important. OPP cops are very seriously dangerous in Napanee, along with Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, and they're untouchables. Legal, medical, human rights will be taken. Your animals and your parents will be murdered, and they will get away with it, and I can and have proven it. Be safe, love all, hate none. Napanee, Ontario, where murder is legal.